What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Welcome to the Imps View podcast show with me, Cornell back again with another video. And today I'm doing Cornell's view for the first time on my podcast show, which I'm very, very nervous about doing but obviously I'm putting it into context as well. But first of all, before I get into Cornell's view, talking about yesterday's 2-1 defeat and obviously with the transfer window opening on Monday, I want to say thank you very much to the 458 subscribers who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Keep on leaving your comments, keep on leaving your opinions and your views, and also leaving your comments down below in the comments box, and keep on smashing your likes and your views at the bottom of the comments page. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So obviously, look, my views on yesterday's 2-1 defeat. Obviously, it was a very disappointing defeat. Obviously, we went into that game believing that we would get 3 points out of it and wanting to close 2023 with an absolute bang and going into the new year with high hopes and high expectations. But unfortunately, we slumped to a 2-1 defeat to Northampton Town, who overtake us from 11th and go into 9th. So we go into 11th. Obviously in the 11th position because of the same thing. We're lacking in the final third. So, those are the type of things that, I'm going to talk about. And what players do I think that Lincoln City need to bring in January? What loans, what permanents, do I see Lincoln City bringing in and Skopala going for? But obviously, first of all, on Cornell's view, we're going to talk about, obviously, yesterday's game. Yesterday's game was a very hyped up game. Obviously, look, we saw two returns. We saw Jackson in the fold after being out ill, and also we saw O'Connor obviously keeping his place because there was like doubts about O'Connor not playing yesterday, and obviously his red card, I think, was the big massive debate about it. Was it a red card? Was it not? Obviously, I don't think it was a red card because according to the ref, according to the ref and the officials, they claimed that he obviously used his elbow to elbow the player, and I don't think he used the elbow. I don't think he used his elbow to elbow the player, and I don't think it was a red card whatsoever. So I don't know why. If I was Skopala right now, I would go and appeal it because obviously, from seeing it and from watching the game, I don't think it's a red card, because if it was a red card, if he actually elbowed him in the face, then yes, it would be a red card. But it was a 50-50 sort of. I would have rather given him a yellow card if I was the ref. But obviously, look, if we have to lose him, to 4 games, I think it's a big, massive blow, because he's been very consistent this season. He's showing how solid and how brilliant he can be as a centre back, and he's one of the best centre backs that we have in our team. So, I can clearly understand. I can clearly understand the situation, but obviously, right now, he's put us in a massive dilemma. Right now, yesterday's game, obviously, look, we had so many chances to go on and score. Haki Badalican's chance, I can't believe he missed that. Sorensen's chance as well. I thought, look, the players gave it an absolute go yesterday. And they sure did, and they gave it a real go, and they thought, oh yeah, let's get them on the counter attack. Look, like I said in my match reaction, I said the 5, 10, 15 minutes upwards, we were the better side. And then as soon as they had scored, then our confidence started to go down. Half time going into that game, then obviously, Northampton do what they always do, and they start having more of the ball, they start causing us problems, they start making us look like we don't know where we are on the pitch, and that's the reason why they got 2 goals, and then I was happy that we pulled it back. And when we did pull it back, I was like, well, we can easily go and get an equalizing goal. But obviously, look, the fact of the matter is that us Lincoln City right now don't have to keep on reflecting on it. It's done now. It's over now. We lost 3-2. We lost 2-1 to Northampton Town, and fair play to them. And look, their manager. Look, I can't really blame their manager for going into the fans to his fans and jumping up and down. And obviously, I mean, the last time we outsmarted them was at their ground, and we was 2-0 up, and then we messed it up. But then they saw that, oh yeah, there's no Rico Hackett in the team, so let's beat them on their home turf and see how it makes them feel. But again, like I said, it just shows that we're lacking quality in the final third on the wing and up front, mostly up front, because we don't have anyone. We're missing Rico, because if Rico was in the side, I think Northampton Town players would be in absolute fear if they had saw Rico Hackett in the team. But they saw the lineup and said there's no Rico Hackett in the team, so let's obviously go in and beat them and get 3 points. And fairly so, they were victorious and we weren't, and we just wasn't at our best. And right now, come the second half of the season, when Skabala improves our team, which he will improve our team with new reinforcements, we're going to be up there and we're going to get back our form and get challenging and finishing in top 6 this season, come the end of the season. So, there's great things to look forward to. And, obviously, I think the way that I'm seeing it is that 2024 is going to be that's when the proper new era of the Michael Skabala era really starts, and we will see what he wants, how he wants the players to play, what formations he wants the players to play, and the style of play he wants us to play and the players to play. So, there's a lot of optimistic and positive things to look forward to with Skabala in power. So, look, I mean, he's made his impact properly known. And yes, I know I'll be honest, I was very, very buzzed over the formation that he got us playing. But obviously, I think once we have the full squad fit back from injury, and obviously speculation about is Draper going to come back and is Draper going to stay where he is. I mean, look, I think from what I've read this afternoon is that according to what I've read on Lower League Look on WhatsApp, they say that unless we sign 2 strikers and 2 wingers, then Freddie's coming. Freddie will probably stay put. If we don't, then it looks like that obviously Freddie Draper will be coming. And I think if Freddie Draper does come back, which looks likely he may do, or he may not, depending on what the club and Skabala make the choice of, I won't be. I would love him to play against Blackpool. It'd be very, very impressive. But I think like Draper is a 19-year-old kid who scored 10 goals this season, and in eight assists this season, 9 assists this season in League Two. And I know I've seen a lot of comments. People say that he's way too good for League Two, and should be playing higher and playing in League One with us Imps. But like I said, I mean, if it is for him to stay where he is, and I think it would probably be even more happier for Walsall. But I think, look, I won't be surprised if we go on and get 2 strikers. And if I was Skabala right now, I'd be going into the January transfer window right now and say we need 2 strikers in January, because we need maybe a short-term deal striker to come in, a League One experienced, proven goal scorer who knows how to score goals. Another striker on loan to replace Jack Bale, because Jack Bale is obviously going to be going, being recalled by Blackburn. 2 wingers to replace Shadipo and Adelican, because it looks like they're on their way out. And I think it's probably going to be loans that's going to be probably coming into the team, and new faces and things, or unless the club is going to go like loans, permanent loans, and etc. So I've always said we need 2 strikers, 2 wingers, 1 midfielder, and possibly 1 left wing back, because the more depth that Skabala adds to this team will be so much better. And the more options that Skabala will have come the second half of the season. Why am I positive for the second half of the season? Because Skabala is going to improve us as a team. And he's going to bring the quality signings that I believe that, and not just only me, but other Imps fans believe that he can bring in. And not only that, it's his first ever January transfer window as head coach, which is damn well true, because we're going to see Skabala, what players he's going to bring in, what permanents he's going to bring in, what loans is he going to bring in come January. And then also the talk around the return of Freddie Draper coming back to Lincoln City. Is he going to come back? Is he not? I mean, I did read yesterday on Twitter that he he said goodbye to the Warsaw fans. Don't know if that's true, if that's false, I don't know. But obviously Warsaw won 3-1 and against Wrexham last night. And to be honest, I Cornell was very, 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 very pleased for Freddie Draper on how he played against Wrexham and how he did. And it shows that, from playing in the League of Ireland at Drogheda, 2 seasons ago, and from being that success in the League of Ireland, and then to go to League Two, sign a new contract before he left this summer. It just shows that his improvements and his developments have really come a long way, and I think he's destined for more great things. And if it is to go under Skubala, to be even more improved under Skubala, then so be it. I think there's a huge potential and a huge future for Freddie Draper. So we have to wait and see what happens from now till the 1st of January, going into obviously our New Year's Day game against Blackpool. But obviously, what players do I think that us Lincoln City need? And I'll say it, and I'm going to be honest. First of all, the main priority, if I was Skubala and Jez George right now, and Liam Scully and the rest of the recruiting board, I would look at strengthening the front line. Reason why I say that the front line needs to be strengthened in January is because we are bare bones up front, like I said in my previous video, right? Us Lincoln City now have 2 strikers only going at the present time, right? We've got Vale, who's obviously going to be recalled by Blackburn. McCarmer, obviously, who's really trying, but I said yesterday when he came on in the second half against Northampton Town last night, I thought he made a huge impact, and the impact that he made was fantastic, was unbelievable, and it was fantastic. And it's a real shame he couldn't get scoring, but you know what? I think the more better he gets, the more improved is he going to be. So if I was McCarver right now, keep on going, keep on doing what you're doing on the pitch, keep on getting into good spaces, keep on leaving yourself open in the box, and really doing what you do best. But what it really shows, and what I said from last night on my match reaction, which you can check out on my YouTube channel, on my YouTube video, is that we are lacking in the final third. And the biggest priority right now is a striker. We need 2 strikers in this team. We need a permanent one, or even better, a short-term deal striker. And we need a loan, because we need 2 strikers in this team, because Ben House and Walker are out injured. So we need 2 of those to back them up. And even if we don't get them and we bring Draper into it, then the pressure is going to be on Freddie. So all these questions are going to be asked, and then Skubala have to decide and say, well, does Draper fit the style of play that he wants, and things like that. Those are the questions, and those are the type of jigsaw puzzle questions that Skubala and the recruiter board have to sit down and really speak about and say, well, is it right to bring Freddie Draper back? Is it wrong to bring Freddie Draper back? And then the whole pressure will be on him. The whole everything will be on his shoulder. The pressure will be on his shoulder, and say, well, yeah, we know Freddie Draper is probably not going to be our savior. We need a league experienced player. And I was looking at BBC BBC Sport Lincolnshire, and they said the same thing. We need a League One experienced player / striker, and I feel like Skubala needs to be looking at possible strikers. I think possible permanent or short-term deal strikers, like a Clark Harris, who's made for transfer, who's made for transfer to go and leave. I mean, he's been rumored to go to a League Two club. I don't see him going League Two. If he does go down there, it's money talks. We'll be talking for him. Maybe looking at a league at Clark Harris, looking at a Lee Gregory sort of player, and maybe, or just maybe, probably even looking at maybe a Cole Stockton, because we were so close to getting him in the summer, which was under Mark Kennedy. And obviously we had advanced talks with him. Everything was going nice and crisp, nice and sweet with him. And then after that, then there was a big stumble, and there was a big worry that maybe we might not be able to afford what he's asking for. And then obviously, we all thought it was going to go through, and we all thought it was going to happen. And then Burton comes along and takes him. But since then, he hasn't been he's only scored one goal. Some say we need to stay away from him and etc. and all kind of things. No, I don't think we need to stay away from Cole Stockton. I think the reason is because basically he didn't fit Burton Albion's style of play and what they're looking for. So I think if Skubala was to look at him and bring Cole Stockton into the fold, I would definitely say that we're still on for top six for sure. Doesn't matter who comes in, we're still going to be challenging for the top six and finishing in top six come the end of the season. But obviously, possible replacements for Jack Vale. I think Callum Marshall of West Ham and Mateo Joseph is definitely another replacement to replace Jack Vale, because the way I'm seeing it and the way I'm looking at things is that it looks like Jack Vale is not in Skubala's plans. Skubala doesn't really want to play him. Yeah, he'll bring him off the bench, but obviously Vale will be thinking, well, if you ain't going to play me, then why am I here? Why am I on the bench? Why am I in your team? I should be playing for a different team. I should be on loan playing for another team, and that's understandable. Yes, that's the type of risk that obviously you have to take as a head coach, and you have to look at it and say, well, if I'm not going to be playing, then it's best that you let me go back to Blackburn and let me get recalled and go to a club that is going to play me either in the Championship or in another League One side or even a League Two side who are looking for possible strikers as well. So there's a lot of ifs and buts behind it all. But like I said, from time, it's about bringing the right strike, the right short-term deal striker / permanent striker, and bringing in the right loan striker. Possible ones, the only outstanding ones, as I said, that would really be good on a short-term deal. Clark Harris, obviously, Lee Gregory, or Kilmarnock's Carl Vassell, or even Cole Stockton to come to Lincoln City. So that's the striking options for me. Two wingers. We need two wingers in this team because us Lincoln City are bare bones and we can't be waiting for Rico Hackett to come back, and then obviously we ain't got no one. We ain't got no quality in there. We ain't got someone to be that creative player, and it looks like we're going to be looking at loans, possible loans for the wingers, obviously to back up Duffy, to back up Mandroyu, to back up obviously with Adelican and Shadipo leaving looks like it. Then I would say the possible replacements for both of them is that I would go with Ian Bavida. Ian Bavida, we've been linked with him. Obviously, he's available for a loan move. Obviously, the Leeds have stated that as long as they can get a replacement. Although I have been reading that they say that Leeds and another club, and especially Leeds, are looking at bringing in David Brooks. So I mean, if he goes into their team and he signs for them, then Pavida's going to go. Of course, he's going to go on loan and go to a club like us that's going to give him the right playing time, and that fits into Skubala's playing standard and his playing style of play and how he wants us to play. I mean, just imagine Pavida at Lincoln City. It would be fantastic, a fantastic loan signing, not just a fantastic loan signing. It would be a proper statement of a loan. So I think looking at players like him, looking at players like Chem Campbell, who's obviously possibly could be recalled back to Wolves, and I think would be a very good outstanding loan sort of signing. And also I probably would say Taylor Richards of QPR, who's obviously struggling for game time. So it would be very, very good to see maybe him in there. Or if we don't go that sort of way, maybe having Roman Curtis on a free agent would be good, especially with our Irish connections as well. He would be outstanding, even though I think he may go to AFC Wimbledon, even though I think League One would be the best move, but it's down to him where he goes and where he moves to. But I think and then also not forgetting Shola Shota there as well. I did see a rumor once that he was training with us, and I think that rumor kind of like died down. So I won't be surprised if we look at him, but there are some possible loans and one permanent free agent signing that could obviously change us. And I think these are ones that are proper statements. But I think the main ones is looking at loan wingers like Chem Campbell's and your Taylor Richards and your Ian Pavidas and your Shola Shota there. These are ones that will make proper statements for us, and that will be a huge statement going into the second half of the season. Midfield, obviously, we need one midfielder. I feel like, obviously, in case Ethan Aron gets injured and Ethan Hamilton gets injured. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that Bishop and Smith are not very good backups, but obviously, look, we need one midfielder to back up the two Ethans, or even maybe two midfielders to add in it, because if the possible ones that I would love to see, I think would be a Callum Stuttery, a Keanu Baracus, possibly, maybe even the return of George Grant. Who knows? I would love to see that happen. Imagine George Grant in there. Then you'd be thinking, well, I'm sorry, Bish, you're under severe threat at the present time. Owen Moxon would also be a good one as well. Maybe even Elliot Wyatt, but I'm going for ones that I think would be out, that really would stand, that would really suit Skabala's style of play and his tactics and his formation changes as well. So I'm talking Callum Stuttery. I mean, Callum Stuttery would be an outstanding sort of midfielder that would really fit us Lincoln City Football Club and the way that Skabala wants to play. Keanu Baracus, energetic midfielder, who obviously impressed at the World Cup last year in Qatar. Someone like that would be outstanding. Lewis Bate on loan is a possibility as well that I wouldn't mind seeing on loan as well. Would be good as well. George Grant, I think, would be a good one as well. And I'll say Elliot Wyatt as well of Salford City, I think, would be a very good addition to our midfield as well, even though we was linked with him before under Kennedy, but obviously decided to go to Salford City instead. But obviously, yeah, the best ones for me would be the Callum Stuttery, the Keanu Baracus, the George Grant, the Elliot Wyatt, and I would say like Lewis Bate in midfield, and obviously not forgetting the prospects for the future. Wing backs, I think we do need I think we need one wing back, because obviously Burroughs obviously and Brown are the main two that we've got. Rowan can obviously play there. I know people say that he's crossing and that he's crap. I don't think he's crap. I think he just needs that confidence sort of boost to basically get him back on track again. But I do think we need a left wing back to add in there as well. And I feel like maybe looking at if I was Gabbar, I'd be looking at players like Jordan Shipley in this team of Shrewsbury. Declan John would be a possible one. Maybe Nesta Guinness Walker would also be a good one as well, who plays similar to Colvin Bramwell. So those are the possible players that I think would be outstanding as well. And then there's others as well from the Premier League too as well. Rucksaki is a possible one, even though I think he may go to a London club instead of coming to us, but obviously he was linked with him before. Irish players, I think Ali Coote would be a possible one. Obviously, I would have said Jonathan Ofalabi, but Ofalabi's gone to a Belgian team, which is fair play to him. I'd say Ali Coote is a possible one. I would say Breslin is also one. Danilo is a possible one as well from the League of Ireland as well. Neil Ferreira as well at right wing back. He can also play left wing back as well. So maybe someone looking at him, even though I was talking to a few Irish lot, and they said that even if Neil Ferreira went to Lincoln, he would be way too good for us, which is okay. But Sam Curtis is a possible one as well, another 18-year-old sensation. Even though I think even if we had brought in another right back and say for example it was him, I think Sorensen's position would be under threat. But I think Sam Curtis would want to be playing and would be one for the future to look at as well. So there is quite a few faces I would say yes to that really fits. But the main priority for Skabala and the recruitment and Jez George and the rest of the recruitment board to really look at and really strengthen throughout the January period is the striker options. We need a striker. We need two strikers in this team. It's okay talking about Freddie Draper. I'll be pleased if he comes back, but then we've got to look where we want to go as a club, where we want to be. Do we want to be competing for the top 6 this season? Do we want to be, finishing the top 6? I want to see us do that. So I think it would be wise. And if I was Skabala right now, I'd be going for a permanent striker or a short-term deal striker to come in and really cement his place in this team, in our team right now. And to replace Jack Vale, I think also is also one as well. But it's got to be the right replacement that's going to really make an impact in this team. Jack Moylan, say no brainer. Jack Moylan's going to be something special, and he's been showing that from time. And I've watched him in the League of Ireland this season, last season, and he's torn that. He tore League of Ireland to pieces and to shreds. But obviously, look, let's wait and see who comes in. Let's wait and see if Freddie Draper's going to get recalled or not. I'll be very interested to see what happens with that. Which striker is going to come in? Are we going to see a short-term deal striker? Are we going to see a permanent striker? Or are we going to see a lone striker come in? I'm going to be very intrigued. So let's wait and see who comes in and who don't come in. And obviously for the outgoings as well. Obviously, Olsen Gallagher's going to be going to Drogheda on loan. So I'll be looking. I'm very pleased for Olsen. Forcefield Greg has gone to the States. So obviously all the best and in his endeavors and what he does throughout his career. I'll be very interested to see what happens from now till then. Thank you so much for watching the Imps View podcast show, Cornell's View. Obviously, I had to do my view of yesterday's 2-1 defeat, transfer business, who I would like to see come in, who I'd like to see Skubala bring in, and who I can see probably leaving us and going on to different endeavors. So thank you very, very much to everybody that has subscribed to my channel. Love to get up to 459. It'll be very, very appreciated before the ending of 2023. Thank you so much to everybody. Keep on smashing your likes. Keep on leaving your comments. I'd love to hear your reactions and your opinions on who do you think Skubala should come in, should sign in January, which loan signings, which permanent / short-term deal striker to come in. Love to hear what you guys think. It'd be very, very appreciated. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Up the mighty Imps. Back again.